What is up, YouTube fam? It's another day in MC's bike life, and today the video is going to be, we're going to do a build on the 18 yz250x. I've had this bike for a little over a year now. I bought it in the winter about this time last year, or at the start of the winter, so maybe like a year and a month or so I've had this bike. It's got about 80 hours on it, I guess. So it's time. I just put new fluids in the suspension. I guess I wish I would have done a video with that, but I didn't. So right now we're going to do a rebuild as far as we're going to strip it right down, top end, clean it all up, put new plastics on it, graphics, put anything else that it needs, get it ready so it's like new again. I have not made up my mind whether I'm selling this or not. So I'm going to build it just like I'm building it for my race season. So whoever gets it, if I decide to sell it, I'm giving somebody a brand new bike. And I feel, you know, a lot of people would just sell it like it is, throw some new plastics or something on it, make it look new, and then sell it. But my opinion on that is, I like being honest about things, giving somebody a good bike. What if I see them at the races? We're all in this together, you know, as a community. And a piston kit's like what, a little under $200 with everything. So I mean, I'll put $300-400 into this bike. It'll be like new again. Like I said, I just went through and did suspension front and rear. It's got factory connection stuff on it. It's got new front sprocket. Rear sprocket's fairly new. Chain fairly new, was with the rear sprocket. These are obviously not the wheels. These are my spare wheels, so I've got the factory blue wheels over there in the corner. I'll put some good tires on those. What else? Yeah, like I say, piston kit. It's got full FMF on it right now. New brake pads front and rear. I've got a couple sets up there too, and some other stuff with it. Oh, it's got tubeless in it. But yeah, it's actually, you know, really good shape. It's a new bike. I just get rid of this old crappy plastic, the crappy tires, put the good wheels and everything back on it, and either this will make me a good practice bike, or it'll make somebody else a great bike.
I ask, am I a psycho? Am I a psycho? Yeah, I'm a psycho. I guess I'm a psycho.
You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy. My chores paid me, so I use that dough to allure ladies, to manure bathe me.
Never that my mind's for sure shady, to pure Hades. Revex.
Just got my reeds out. Looking good, actually. Really good. Yamaha's up their game just a tad with the reeds back from my 12YZ. It looks like they got carbon fiber reeds, so that's nice. But they look great. Of course, I don't have the best camera, but what you're looking for is frayed edges, gaps, and stuff like that. These ones look tight, nice and smooth. Actually, they're in great shape, so we don't need reeds or anything. Now, there's all sorts of stuff you can do with reeds. I don't. The yz250x engine, or yz250 engine, works great for the woods the way it is, so I've just left it, and I'm going to keep her stock. Except I'm going to a Vertex piston. My hands down, this is what I go for every time I buy a piston, is Vertex. I truly believe those are the best pistons. I've had the best luck with them, etc., etc. So here we go. Now it's time to pop the cylinder off, go to the other side, and I'll show you guys this when I'm doing it. I need to pop this cover off. It's my power valve, and there will be a bolt in there, and you got to take a little pin and you put it in there, and then you can take the bolt out. It'll hold it so you don't ruin anything when you're taking it out, and I'll show you guys here. But next thing is I'm going to pop that off, and we'll show you guys. Okay, I got that little cover off, and what you do is you stick something like this. There's a hole, see that hole right here? You need to put like a pin, drill bit, anything you got, just to beat right in there, and hold it. Oh, it's just hard to do with 2 hands. You know, you hold it, and then you can undo that bolt without bending this rod. And this is really important. This is your power valve. Make sure you keep this nice and clean. I personally don't like the way this cover works on these YZ250s. I've had it's a rubber grommet right here, and I've never been able to get them to fit good and seal real good. And like I said, I've had all sorts of YZs before. So yeah, it's not the best cover, but you got to do the best with what you got. So I pop this off, pop that off, and then I put, sorry about the camera moving all over the place. I need to get a tripod or something. But yeah, I put this back in there so I don't forget it. And now the bottom end, like this is what connected the bottom end to the top end. Now you can pull this right off, no problem. Just need this bolt, there's 4 bolts right there. And I take my head off first, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Cylinder will pop right off, give it a couple taps with the old rubber dead blow, and she's ready to go. So let's get the cylinder off. Look at the piston. Look at the piston. Alright, we got that off, the head's off, and it was kind of weird this time, as when they do the casting on this head, it's the first time I ever had it happen. There was actually part of the casting left up here, so you couldn't pick this up all the way into here. See how that's got that divot so you can pick the head up in there? There was actually part of the casting left right there, and then a little bit left on here that I had to flatten out so I could get the head off. I've never had that happen on a YZ. So, but head looks great, nice and clean. Obviously you can tell, not many hours on it. Alright, we'll get this cylinder off. There we go. Cylinder looks great, as I know it would. Still got all the scoring in it, so yeah, looks great. Throw a new piston in this sucker, clean everything up, make a good bike for somebody. Okay, that's done. Actually, the piston even looks pretty good, to be honest with you. Not a little bit of blow by right here. So it's time for rings, that's for sure. I mean, we had some blow by, but not the worst I've ever seen. So yeah, we'll put a new piston and rings in this. Okay, I didn't get to get this on video, but we now got the cylinder, the motor's all cleaned up. I got the piston in. All these are tightened down. It's really hard to film that. I don't have a tripod. I need to get one. I had one, but then one of the legs broke off it. But I got to get one. So I didn't film me putting this on there. It's hard to do. You need both hands when you're putting a cylinder in, you know, to compress the rings and then slide the cylinder down at the same time. But we got it. Everything fit great. Piston's in there really good. So yeah, we'll get the head and everything on and button this up, and then all we got to do is just put it back together, put some good tires on it. I've got one new front tire over there, and I got a new rear over there also, a Michelin. So we're going to put brand new tires on this thing. And yeah, this bike is literally going to be just like new condition. So looking forward to it. Just got to get some plastics and Yeah, just plastics. Maybe some new grips too, because I'm going to put it back to stock with stock bars, stock grips, everything. Like it's going to be like a bone stock bike. It's going to look really good. Except it's going to have full FMF, little bit of suspension work done to it. What else? Skid plate, radiator guards. I'm going to have stock graphics on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's going to be real close to stock. It'll be like if, oversized tank. It's going to have the big tank on it still. It's going to be race ready pretty much, except for the bark busters and handlebars you like. So it's going to be a sick bike. Yeah, so stay tuned.